Hello, Vineyard A. How are you? I miss you. I hope you are doing well. So today is week 7. This lesson is for Vineyard A for the week of October 4 through 7. It's the first day, day 1. So Monday. Okay, I have some questions. Do you like to shop? Do you like to shop? What things do you like to buy? What things do you like to buy? Do you pay with cash, check, or credit card? Do you think credit cards are good, bad, or both? Tell me why. Explain. So these questions, you can pause the video and talk about these questions as a class. So what are those 3 major forms of payment we just mentioned? Cash, check, /debit, or credit. So cash, right? We have like dollar bills and coins like penny, dime, nickel, quarter, cash. Then we have credit. Do you know credit? You borrow money and pay it back. So sometimes you have a credit card. You have to pay it back. Debit and check. This money comes out of your bank account. So you write a check or you use your debit card and the money comes out of your account. It's a little bit like cash. You just spend the money. It is your money. You do not borrow with debit or check. You do borrow with credit. You do borrow. So let's read. Let's read about cash, debit, and credit. So you can go to page 82. 82. Page 82. Okay. So when we read, the person who wrote the paragraph or the passage, the person who wrote it is called the author. He or she wrote the paragraph, the author. Every author has a purpose. And purpose means a reason why they write something. Why? Why do they write a paragraph or article or news article or a book? Why does an author write? Why? There's always a purpose. I will talk to you about 3 different purposes or why authors write. One reason is to entertain. Entertain. That means to make you laugh. Do you watch movies? Do you like to watch a fun or funny movie to make you laugh? Does it help you forget about work, forget about school? It is entertainment. So it entertains, that's the verb, or it's called entertainment, the noun. So, for example, TV is good entertainment. It entertains me. It is TV. So this is like two different ways we can say this word. To make me laugh, to enjoy. Maybe I forget about school, forget about work. It's fun. So that's one reason why authors write. One reason. Number two, another reason is to inform. Inform. That means to teach you something. To teach you something. So to tell you something, maybe like the news. The news is informational. Inform. It teaches you about the world. It teaches you about what is going on. We can say, it informs me, or this is information. Information. Those are two different ways that we use this word inform. So an author, the person who writes a book or paragraph, can entertain, make you laugh, can inform, teach you something. Or number three, persuade. Persuade. Do you know persuade? It is to tell you why something is good or bad. Tell me why something is good or bad. Persuade. Persuade is the verb persuasion. Noun. Persuade, persuasion, persuasion. Repeat. Entertain. Inform. Persuade. Okay, page 82. You will read page 82 about cash. About cash. Here are some keywords for page 82, the paragraph about cash. So we have the word cash, which we talked about is like dollar bill or coins. Budget. What is budget? Okay, budget. It helps you know how much money you can spend. Budget. So budget helps you know how much money you can spend. Withdraw. What is withdraw? Money you take out of your bank account. You withdraw money. Take out money. It means to take money out of your bank account. Checking account is the money that you have. You can spend the money in your checking account. Spend the money in your checking account. Okay, so let's read about cash. Page 82. Ready? Listen. Paying with cash is good. If you pay with cash, then it is easier to stay on a budget. For example, if you spend $400 a month on food, then you could withdraw $400 cash from your checking account each month. You then could use this cash to buy food. You wouldn't spend this money on clothes or gas, only food. This is how you can stay on your budget. Remember how every author has a purpose. Why did they write this? Why did the author write about cash? Was it to entertain or make you laugh? No, I don't think this was written to entertain. It's not funny, right? What about inform? To teach me something. Maybe it's to teach me something. But there is not new information. This isn't new information. What about this one? Persuade. To tell me why something is good or bad. I think it's trying to tell me that something is good. So the author who wrote this paragraph is using persuasion. They want to persuade me. They want to persuade me to use cash. So in your student book, paragraph number 1, on page 81, paragraph number 1 is meant to persuade. It's meant to persuade me. It's meant to persuade me that cash is good. Persuasion. So right on page 81, under persuade, paragraph 1, cash is good. Let's read the next paragraph, page 83. So flip on over to page 83. Let's learn about writing bad checks. Writing bad checks. Let's look at the vocabulary. Keywords, definitions. Let's match the ones to the right definition. Checks. What are checks? A check is a written order to a bank to pay for something. That is what a check is. What about checking account? A bank account that checks can be written from. What about a bad check? A bad check is a check written for more than what is in a checking account. So maybe my checking account has $100. I write a check for $125. I don't have enough money. The check is bad because I do not have the amount of money that I need. And then a fee is an amount charged to somebody. That is a $35 fee, for example. $35 You have to pay it. It's a fee. It's not good. Not good, right? So here are our keywords and definitions. You can pause it if I went too fast. Now let's read about writing bad checks. Page 83, let's read it. Ready? It is good to avoid writing bad checks so you don't lose money. Checks are connected to your checking account. They are like cash. When you write a check for $75, it is like giving the cashier $75 in cash. However, you need to make sure there is $75 in your checking account. Otherwise, you will write a bad check. If you only have $50 in your checking account, then you can only write a check for $50 or less. If you write a bad check, then your bank will charge you a fee. You do not want this. Therefore, you should always know how much money is in your checking account so you can avoid writing bad checks. Okay, so the author, the person who wrote this paragraph, what was the author's purpose? Why did the author write this paragraph? So this is paragraph number 2. Did they write it to entertain, to make you laugh, to inform, to tell you information, or to persuade? What do you think? Write your answer for paragraph number 2. So remember, paragraph number 1 was to persuade, and we wrote here, cash is good. But what about paragraph number 2? What do you think? Was it to inform, entertain, or persuade? Write it in one of these columns. You decide. Talk about it with your partner. Say, I think it is to persuade, or I think it is to inform. Tell me why. Talk about the purpose of the writer for the 2 paragraphs and talk about it as a class.